So, how do you get accurate pricing for your life insurance if you're in Australia? There's really only one way. Unfortunately, comparison websites don't actually show all available options. The only way is to actually go and speak to a financial advisor or a specialist life insurance broker. So what we have access to is this software here, which we usually go through with you live on screen so you can see what your premiums look like. So for example, life insurance, the premiums are based off age, which is working status, your income, what you do for work, and which state you're in. They also look at things like your health, your medical history, family medical history, questions which are also asked as well. Then some questions about your lifestyle. Now, in choosing levels of cover, what most people don't really talk about is that it's a balance with cost. It's all good and well to go and use a calculator which tells you you need $3 million of life and TPD cover, but at the end of the day, if the cost of it is too much, then it's not a achievable or actionable plan for you. So, what I would highly suggest is go speak to someone so they can show this to you live, and I'll show you exactly how it works. So, in here, every time you type in a number or change a number, you see annual premiums here on the right, sorry, and you'll see insurers ranked top to bottom in terms of most competitive. Now, as you add in different covers, so for example, if I've added in total and permanent disability cover here, if I change the definitions from own to any occupation, all of these little things will change the premium that is that you will need to pay. And it's all about measuring up the marginal gain of each option versus the cost, and then building out a quote which suits you specifically. Now, we'll just build something very quickly here. And every time I change something, you'll see that the most cost competitive insurer, it all shuffles about based off what you're trying to do and what's available on market. Everything will change, who's the most competitive insurer for you. So even if you have a little bit more life insurance, in a sense, it becomes less competitive. So it's all it's all about just comparing and then showing what is available. Each of these options will show different premiums. So for example, up to age 65 for income protection, or a 5-year benefit or a 2-year benefit, 60-day wait, a 30-day wait, all of these will change the premium. Now, at the end of the day, it's also not just a premium comparison thing. You also need to understand how you can own and pay for these policies and what different premium structures are available. So through this, we can show you what your premiums will look like if you pay for everything through your super fund, or if you choose to own and pay for policies out of pocket. And then our job as a broker is to explain to you what the difference is, what the considerations are, and have you choose which is what you prefer based off the cost and what the benefit and pros and cons are. So, say for this person, after you've chosen and you're happy with the quotes and the level of cover and the premium, then it's kind of the right balance. Now it's time to choose which type of insurer you would like. So the only way to choose this is to compare the features of the policy, and say you're only interested in the most three competitive, then you can easily compare the features. We'll just compare the features which might be relevant. So you'll see that for each line of the product disclosure statement, um, this software ranks and then also assigns a feature score based on the quality of the wording in here. The higher the rating, the higher quality and more generous the policy is in general. We've found that you can't just rely on software to do this. You do actually need to go directly into the PDS to determine whether some benefits here are all captured in this quick comparison or not. We found that sometimes this can miss certain things, but because we're pretty experienced now, we can usually catch these things out. So After you've chosen which insurer you would like based off the features it offers, then we can go into things like, say, MoneySmart, which will show us the claims acceptance rates for different insurers, which is also very important. So you can then see which insurer has the highest claims acceptance rates based off, pretty much the most recent time period. And from here, you can then build out your quote and then choose the right insurer for you. So it's very, very difficult to do this without having access to this, unfortunately, as a consumer in Australia. The only thing you have access to is if you seek an advisor. My job, I used to be an advisor, where we would understand your position, put it all into a black box, and then recommend three different options for you. So as an advisor, I could choose these three, and you would have no idea. Um, or if you seek a broker, I have to show you every single option. So it doesn't we can't favor any insurer, we can't favor anything. We just show you what your options, and then you can ask us as many questions as you want to understand your policies. And once you have that, then you can choose the right product for you. With most of these insurers, you and these products, you cannot actually go directly through an insurer. You have to go through an advisor. For example, if you try and purchase a NEOS product directly from NEOS, it's not possible. With TAL, you actually can. With Ascender, you cannot. You can purchase a direct product through Zurich, but it is more expensive. Same thing with TAL. No, full transparency here as well. NEOS is actually Noble Oak. You do have the option of purchasing products through Noble Oak, but they are more expensive than if you were to go through a broker. So our process is to go through this with you in the first meeting. So no faffing about, takes 15 to 30 minutes, and you'll build out a quote, and you'll see the most competitive insurers for you. That's it. If you want to set a time to do this, just reach out. It takes 15 to 30 minutes. Cheers.